And since we are discussing drugs, here's one that Pakistan needs desperately. A financial booster shot. And I say this because the country's economy is going from bad to worse. In fact, right now, it is the weakest in South Asia. I'm not the one saying this, the World Bank is. It has released a report now on Pakistan's economic output. The report says there is no output. It is declining at an alarming rate. And that's not all. The report also forecasts Pakistan's economic growth to further slow down to 2% during the current year. And this will mark a drop of 2% points from the World Bank's estimates last year. Interestingly, the same report says that India is on a steady growth path, but the changing global environment may play a role. Let me quote now. This pace reflects still robust growth in India, the Maldives and Nepal, offsetting the effects of the floods in Pakistan and the economic and political crises in Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. The worsening global environment, however, will weigh on investment in the region. Now, coming back to Pakistan, this World Bank report coincides with the fall of the Pakistani rupee. Earlier today, it reported its 21st consecutive fall. It fell to just 0.25 against the US dollar, and this is one of the lowest in recent times. What's worse, Pakistan's own media houses are saying that the rupee will further weaken due to the draining forex reserves and a poor revival of IMF's program. If I speak of Pakistan's forex reserves specifically, last week they plunged to $4.3 billion, and that's enough to cover just 3 weeks of imports. So to put it simply, Pakistan is teetering on the brink of default. It is facing a crisis that's similar to Sri Lanka's. A weak currency, high inflation rates, mounting national debt, and ever-decreasing forex reserves. So how exactly does the country plan to deal with this? Is there a plan at all? We don't know. Islamabad seems to have run out of options. I'm not saying this. Pakistan's Prime Minister himself is. Shehbaz Sharif, this is what he said just a few days ago. He apparently said that it was shameful for a nuclear power to have a nuclear bomb in one hand and a begging bowl in the other. He said it's a matter of shame that the country still has to ask other countries for more loans. Now, let me show you something that's more shameful. This report, look at what it states. A bill has been introduced in the US House of Representatives to revoke Pakistan's designation as a major non-NATO ally. It further says that if Pakistan wants to keep the status, it must ask the US president to submit a certification which proves that Islamabad has met certain conditions. Who has introduced this bill, you wonder? Andy Biggs, a Republican from the Congressional District of Arizona. He belongs to the conservative faction of the Republican Party, and he says that Pakistan should be demoted from non-NATO ally status because it continues to conduct military operations that are aiding the freedom of movement of terrorists. It is truly a sorry state of affairs for Pakistan. On one hand, its economy is in the doldrums with no chances of revival in sight. On the other hand, its perceived allies like America are debating its status as their ally. Where will the country go from here? We shall find out soon enough. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.